Hello, Westman, and welcome to one more edition of our show, Cafe Diversity. This show is brought to you by Westman Immigrant Services and WCGTV. And Cafe Diversity, we take you on a weekly journey to meet the diverse people that live in Brandon and Westman area. Here we hear about their stories, their background, and the many ways in which they contribute to our communities. My name is Jaime Chinchilla, and I am the cultural facilitator for Westman Immigrant Services. Today I have the great opportunity to have with me Callisto Sekena, who has been here with us before, and Larissa Barakina. And they are here to talk about the Photo Voice project. How are you guys today?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Good?
Yep.
So, Callistus, you were here before and we spoke a lot about the Photo Voice, but I want people that are just watching this now to know about the project again in case they didn't have a chance to see you before. And so what is the Photo Voice project?
Photo Voice project is a research project that we started more than 2 years ago where we recruited participants from Brandon who are newcomers in Brandon and essentially gave them cameras to capture what they think is their experience that are related to health and well-being. So they went into the community, their homes and different places and captured these photographs and brought them back. So we kind of edited it alongside and interviewed them and also got some interesting themes that emerged from those photographs. So that is all what is the Photo Voice about.
Yes, and we, as I was saying, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and it's really interesting because it's not only the academical research, scientific, but it also has a community side in which involves newcomers to Brandon, and also it will have an exposition that is open to the public at the Art Gallery this Friday. And so that's why we decided to have you here again, and because we have the chance to speak with one of the participants, Larissa.
Yeah.
So Larissa, tell us a bit about yourself before going into the project. Who is Larissa Barakina?
My name is Larissa and I came from the Ukraine. I had been living in Kiev for 12 years, but I was born in the western part of the Ukraine. My native city is Lviv. And I came here with my family, my husband and my son, and we came here 1 year ago. So we are newcomers. I'm a newcomer, and I like Brandon, and I work at Westman Immigrant Services now as an educational assistant and receptionist. In the Ukraine, I used to work as an administrative assistant and interpreter in one psychological institute before I came here to Canada.
Well, one thing that I'm really impressed is that you have been here only 1 year and your English is awesome. It took me more than 6 years to barely speak, broken English, but that's a good thing. And we're going to speak about everything that you have just said in a little bit more detail.
Okay.
For example, I want to know more about the Ukraine, because I know we have in Brandon a very important Ukrainian community, both older people that came here several years ago, and also new immigrants that are coming from the Ukraine nowadays. And I want to know where they're coming from in terms of the Ukrainian society, a little bit of what it is to be an Ukrainian nowadays, and what's happening in Ukraine that people are going to other countries to find different opportunities.
Ukrainians are very friendly and hospitable, and I was pleasantly surprised when we came here. We don't have relatives here, but we do have friends now. We have so many friends in Brandon, and I feel at home here. So what can I say about the Ukraine? in the Ukraine, it was the same. We help each other. We still have relatives and friends back in Kiev, in my country, in the Ukraine, and we have new friends now. We decided to come to Canada, to come to Brandon, because we wanted to have a new experience in life. We wanted to have a good perspective. We wanted to plan a future for our son, for his education, and for ourselves as well. I used to work in a multicultural team back in Kiev, so for me it was so nice to see people from different countries here, not only from the Ukraine, but from Russia, Kazakhstan, South America, like from everywhere.
Yes, and
So
that's
it was really
something
nice.
that Brandon has, because that's my next question. You know, a lot of people come here, and a lot of us stay. And the question is, why Manitoba? Why Brandon? And you already stated a few reasons why you have chosen to stay here. Can you expand on that? What do you like about Brandon? Now, you had an idea before coming, and now you have been living here for a year. Is it what you expected, or?
Before coming here, we had a choice to choose any city. Not any city in Canada, but actually we could choose any place in Manitoba, because we were nominated and invited by the province. But before we came here, we decided to come to Brandon, because we wanted to find a safe and nice place for our family. And like, we have been here for 1 year, and we are happy here. And my husband likes Brandon, my son likes Brandon, because the community is so family oriented. There is everything here, like schools, colleges, there is a university here. We can meet new people, we have good work, and we just like being here.
Yeah. Well, that sounds familiar to me, because I also went through the same process, and you would be surprised that a lot of people that come to this show have said similar things about why they come to Brandon. It's very amazing to me that you are already working. I think I mentioned your English is really good. A lot of people struggle when they come to find jobs, and it depends on their level of English and so many other factors. You are already working with Westman Immigrant Services. Can you talk a little about that experience, and how do you find that opportunity, and how is that going for you?
When we came here, when we came to Brandon, that was the first place we visited, Westman Immigrant Services, because that's the place for immigrants to start, where immigrants can get help, support, encouragement, and so that was the first place we visited after arrival. And I met with Tina, we worked together, and she said to me that they need interpreters, and I used to work as an interpreter and translator in Kiev, so I had to write an exam, I took a test, so after that I was invited for the interview to work as an evening support person, to work with students. And for me, it was a wonderful opportunity, because I do love to be around people. And here, it's just amazing. I see students, people from different countries. And also I knew that I wanted to work with languages, because I love working with languages. So I can help people to study English. So I was so glad that I was invited for the interview, and I was accepted, so I started working as an evening support person at Westman Immigrant Services. And also I started working as an BCLC interpreter.
Yes, and I'm sure they're probably really happy to use all that experience too, because that's one of the things about the immigration programs that the province has. They try to match abilities and skills with needs in the province, and I think your case is remarkable because you were an administrative assistant back home, and you also learned to speak several languages, as we were talking off cameras. Which ones are those languages?
I can speak Ukrainian because it's my mother tongue. I can speak both Ukrainian and Russian. I can speak English. And I used to study German at the university, and I study French now, so I can speak French a little bit.
Yeah,
I
so
wish I
it's-
could practice it here, so maybe someday in the future.
Well, we need more French people to come, and so that you can help them. You are using all that experience with Westman Immigrant Services in different positions, right? Because you work as a receptionist and you're also an EAEL educational assistant.
Starting from this year, yes.
Okay.
I used to work as an evening support person. Yes, I help students who struggled with literacy, but starting from this year, I work as an educational assistant at Westman.
Good. Now, Callistus, your work with this project is to find people such as Larissa and other people that are also newcomers from different cultures. Can you tell us a bit about that process? How do you find them? And then what are they supposed to do once they are enrolled into the project? And then we're going to ask those same questions to Larissa. But I'm interested to know about that process.
Yeah, like she actually rightly mentioned, Westman Immigrant Services is actually the first place that most newcomers go to when they arrive Brandon. So the first thing we did was to contact Westman Immigrant Services, and they've been there for us all the way. We had contacted Wendy, Tina, and some other officers that work with Westman Immigrant Services. So they've done something with some of these newcomers. So they were the one that actually gave us some of their contact, and actually went ahead to contact some of them. So some of them that were contacted responded to our emails and to our phone calls, and then we took it from there. Like Larissa responded when she was contacted by Tina, and then I did a follow-up contact, and we scheduled a meeting, and from there we took it from there. And like I said, the rest is history now. But here
Yes.
she is, fully participated in this project from every aspect of Facebook, the meetings, and taking the photographs, and every other aspect of this project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one of the main aspects of this is have people such as Larissa, newcomers, immigrants, to take pictures of different things. Now, what are they taking? What are they taking on those photographs? What are the directions? What are they supposed to catch?
Well, like we try to make it an open-ended thing for them as well. We actually don't want to guide or lead them into what to take or what not to take, because it's their own experience, and we want it to be as individualistic as that. It should be their experience related to their health and well-being. So what we did before they went out, to take the photograph, was to kind of brainstorm with them. We had a meeting to brainstorm. What do you think is related to your health and well-being as per your experience? So some of them, stated so many things, and we only try to go, okay, this could be this could be this. Try to explain to them what those things, mean. But very interesting, they all went in there, got interesting pictures that, that I would say speaks a lot, about what is happening in Brandon community. And that's why we're making this a community thing, because now those pictures, those experiences is not just about the participants. It involves the community as well.
Yes.
So that's why it's been opened up to everybody now. It's a community thing, and I want everyone to be part of it.
Yes, and I'm coming to this again and again because we did on last show, because I want people to take this opportunity. It's a great opportunity to know not only what those pictures are about, but there are, we were talking off cameras about some of the reasons behind the research, and these pictures talk about health and well-being, right? And that concerns the whole community, as you're saying. Yes. So people can go to the exhibition at the art gallery and look at these pictures. Now, on that exhibition that's starting on this Friday, what are people going to find when they go?
Actually, the exhibition started earlier this month. They opened the exhibition and it will be there until November the 8th. But on Friday, what we are having is like we are bringing everybody together at a particular time to come and view these pictures and have a reflection about them, and for as a community to talk, where do we go from here? Based on the information we already seen or we've had, where do we go from here? What do we need to do as a community to respond to some of the things that the participants have actually raised, and also to acknowledge and also accept the fact that some of the participants also pointed out some of the good things that's already happening in Brandon, and we also need to do more about those things and not be proud about ourselves as well, because they did mention a lot of good things that is happening in Brandon. So as a community, we want to do this together, not based on, oh, this is what the immigrants are saying, no, it should remain. No, they are here now and they are part of the community as well.
Yeah, so it's a collective
exactly.
thing now. People are coming to this meeting on this Friday, and it's more like an interactive gathering.
Exactly.
But they can always go up to November 8th
exactly.
to the exhibition at the Art Gallery of Southwestern
exactly.
Manitoba.
And it's free of charge. You go, you walk in there, and just, there'll be a receptionist there, and you just talk to the receptionist that you want to view those photographs, and they will guide you through.
What's going to happen with this project after you close the exhibition and you leave Brandon, go back to the university?
Okay,
is it going to be published?
Yeah, like I did mention the last time, we're going to be pumping out a lot of papers, articles, that will be directly related to this project. For sure, we'll do that. But again, we're not trying to look at it from the academic point of view, where we publish papers and articles. We also want it to be part of the community as well. So beyond November 8th, when the whole thing will be done, we want the community to continue the conversation, to maybe have a group that will, find out which way, based on, again, on Friday, we are going to be having people talk, have a reflection, which way do we need to go. So these ideas will be collected together and we'll see how we can move forward with them. But that Friday, we'll speak a lot about the future plan of this project as well,
That's
related to the community.
To me, it involves also, when you bring someone new to a community or to a given group, it's always good to see what people see from the outside too, and that's what newcomers would probably do really well, because they have very fresh in their minds how was in their own country, so how were things in their own country regarding health and well-being.
Exactly.
Now, so you're saying that you're expecting that you're going to share the findings with stakeholders and community members and community groups to take it to another level. And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Now, Larissa, we have been talking about all this, but you are one of the persons that did all this, and I think that's really important because now they can do a lot with that information.
Exactly.
How do you get involved with the project?
As it was already mentioned, Tina got in touch with me. We worked together, and she said that I could participate, and she asked me whether I could, and I agreed. And so she said that we should meet together, and we met. I met with Callistus, and that's the way it
worked.
It worked.
Now,
and
in my
everything
mind,
began.
I have you just arrived to Canada almost a year ago, and there are people that are telling you, we want to know what you think about our community. How did that feel for you?
The community.
I mean, the fact that they asked you questions about
The
what you
community.
thought about Brandon and Westman.
Like I was really glad that that I had that opportunity actually. And when I remember the first time I was asked, it was the training, BCLC training. And when I said that it was my first year, some people were surprised a little bit that I'm a newcomer. And it was the same with this project, because I actually cannot say that I know a lot about my life in Brandon and in Canada in general, but I was so glad that I could share, because I have so many things I can share now, because my experience here of my first year is a good experience.
And as I was saying before, it's really important to remember that they're giving the chance to people like you or us,
It was
newcomers,
a good chance,
to share all that information and what we think about our own community, which is at the end of the day, a way of contributing to the community itself. Now, you were given a camera. What did you do with that camera?
I took pictures of places, of some places which relate to me and to my family. One of the pictures were pictures of the university, my son's school, playgrounds, parks, squares, so places we love to visit as a family. Also, I took a picture of pasachki. Pasachki, that is Easter bread we make in the Ukraine every year. And that was something special for me. So I took a picture of my Easter bread I baked here. And it was kind of interesting because it was the first time I baked Easter bread, and it was here in Brandon.
Wow.
I have never done that before. So it was really
means
nice.
a lot, right?
It means a lot to me. Also, I took a picture of a hockey game because it's very popular here in Canada, and it's a good experience for my son because he likes hockey now. And so I took pictures of something which became a new experience for me and for my family.
Sort of less the idea of the instructions you were given was to take pictures about things that were important to you in terms of health and well-being, or how did it work for you?
I was thinking about about the way we live here, about our lifestyle. And the thing I like about Brandon is that here, we can we can do so many things, and we have enough time for everything, for work, for time with the family. So I took a picture of a YMCA swimming pool, and we have a membership there. So if I compare my life in Kiev is a big city, and unfortunately we didn't have time to spend together as a family. We didn't have time to go swimming, to just plan something for pleasure. Here, when we came to Brandon, yes, I took pictures of places we visit, and we visit these places regularly. So, and it is good. So I can say that I'm saying now about my family in general, because I'm thinking about my husband and my son. So we can do much more here in Brandon.
It's amazing because now, after listening to Larissa, I have an idea of what I'm going to see at the exhibition at the art gallery. It's about what newcomers think about the community in terms of their own lives and how they see the community from their newcomer eyes. Now, from all those pictures you took, people are going to be able to see two of them. Which ones are they?
The first one is pasachki, Easter bread. That is the picture I took when we celebrated Easter, our first Easter in Canada, in Brandon. And the second one is hockey game.
Okay, so you already explained
Yes.
both of
Yes.
them. That's good.
Actually, these were my favorite pictures. So.
Okay, so people are going to go to the library and they're to the gallery, sorry, and they're probably we're going to be looking for your pictures now to see all the story behind. How do you think this project will help the newcomer community?
I think that when people see different pictures, but pictures which are very personal. These pictures tell us about life in Brandon. I think that every person in Brandon who will see the exhibition can say, oh, it reminds me myself. I can relate to this picture. I can understand that because all of us have something in common. So all of us are new, like many people are newcomers, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it can unite us somehow. I didn't have much time to think about that, but during the participation in this project, I became friends with other people as well. So it's interesting. So I think that people can see that Brandon has so many opportunities for newcomers, for everybody, and also maybe it can attract more people to come and visit us. Because we are open for everybody.
I think so, and I think those are wonderful statements because they really speak to what the community is trying to do with the newcomers and the newcomer community. And unfortunately, we ran out of time, but it's been really interesting talking to you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Again, people, make sure you visit the art gallery at Southwestern Manitoba.
Yeah.
And see this wonderful exhibition, the pictures that Larissa took, along with a lot of other pictures from other newcomers, and participate in this community building activity.
Yeah. And
Any last word?
Yeah, I just want to thank Larissa so much because it's a huge courage for her coming out to talk about this openly. Because earlier before we started this project, we had confidentiality sign and everything, but she really felt that she had the need to also let people see the face behind some of this wonderful job that has been done, and also sharing her own experience with other people that will encourage other people also show, see himself or herself, in what other people are doing. So I really thank her for, coming out openly.
I'm sure a lot of people are very thankful too. So thanks for being here too. And this is Café Diversity. My name is Jaime Chinchilla. I'm the Cultural Diversity Facilitator for Westman Immigrant Services. We have Callisto Sekena and Larissa Varakina today. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.